Good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone and thank you for coming today. I think a special thanks needs to go out to all of you who have traveled from other states. Turns out we have people from 14 to 15 states here tonight, so a special thank you to all those people. Well, I'll tell you when I first started feeling good about these two. They'd been seeing each other for about 2 months when I asked Michelle, "So Michelle, how are you feeling about this guy, Mike?" She said, "Dad, he's the nicest guy I've ever met." They spent the next 2 years taking turns flying from Boston to Chicago, so almost every weekend, so they obviously seemed quite smitten with each other. It was a happy day when Mike got his job at New Balance so he could be back in Boston with Michelle. I've been asked how I feel about losing Michelle to Mike. The truth is, I don't feel that way at all. In fact, I feel that Mike is becoming a member of our family, and I know Mike's family feels the same way about Michelle. Well, here we are today. And what a great day it is. I have no doubt that these two are going to live a long and happy life together. So Mike and Michelle, congratulations. Let's have a celebration.
Thank you.
Give it up to the bride's dad.
Hi, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Lauren, and I'm one of Michelle's closest childhood friends. She and I grew up together in the town of Hopkinton, also referred to as Hopkintonians as the Bubble. And that bubble of ours shaped us into the classy young ladies that we are today. Michelle, you look absolutely beautiful, you princess bride, you. And Mike, you're looking quite dapper in that navy suit of yours. What strikes me the most as I look at both of you is the complete, unfiltered, pure happiness and love that shines so brightly between you. Thank you for letting me share this special day with you. I am truly honored to be here standing by your side. I want to start off by saying that every once in a while, two people meet and you just know it's meant to be. You know instantly their paths would bring them together regardless of what the world might throw their way. And this was clearly the case when Michelle and Mike met over 3.5 years ago at the BC end of semester party. I have watched Michelle mature and evolve into the remarkable woman that sits before us today. Michelle truly is as beautiful on the inside as she is on the outside. She is incredibly classy. Well, she's become more classy now that her days at Syracuse are behind her. Her high school and Cuse friends nickname her the Tank, while Mike has dubbed those antics of hers as Massachusetts Mary. I won't reflect back too deeply on those days because I know Steve and Kath are cringing in their seats right now. But one moment that sticks out the most was when Michelle jumped off of the bar onto a classy leather couch, severely injuring her ankle. A few surgeries and procedures later, and she's back showing off her impressive Soulja Boy dance moves. Whether Michelle is sporting some shade of pink, belting out to Taylor Swift, cuddling with her dog Brady, or watching the Patriots on Sundays with her family, she is able to find joy in the little things. She puts thought, effort, and dedication into everything she does, getting her MBA at BC while still working full-time, working her way up the corporate ladder at Staples, or simply being a supportive friend, a friend who will drop everything at the flip of a coin when the unimaginable happens. I know that Michelle will take on her new role as a wife, in the same way she does everything in life, with open arms and lots of love. Mike. And Mike is the perfect match for my friend. I know that because Michelle is the same woman she has always been, but better. She lights up when he enters the room and smirks to herself when they're texting each other, when she's with our friends. Mike is smart, loyal, and funny. You can count on him for giving the best facial reactions to Michelle and her Massachusetts Mary antics. a helping hand, or now a discounted pair of sneakers if you request it. He fits seamlessly into our group of friends, especially because he took a job here at New Balance and didn't take Michelle with him to some other state. Mike has become Michelle's anchor, giving her unconditional love, courage, and strength during the tougher times in life. As you can see separately, Michelle and Mike are each special people, but together they're extraordinary. They're a perfect match, and I know that they'll be able to ride the waves of life together as friends, as soulmates, and now as husband and wife. So with that, I ask that you raise your glass and join me in a toast to the new Mr. and Mrs. DeBartolo. Wait,
it up to
Michelle and
Lauren.
Mike, if you're ever to enjoy life, now is the time. May you live forever in love, and may love live forever in you.
Yeah.
I was going to go from memory, but after that introduction, I better stay on course. Thanks, everyone, for coming out. I'm sure Mike and Michelle really appreciate it. Thanks, Steve, Kathy, Rose, Gary, for hosting this just gorgeous event. Thanks to the staff. Thanks to the band, District 21, and let's all celebrate a great night. In case you don't know me, or you're sitting in the back and can't see too well, I'm Mike's brother. My name's Chris. You must be Mike's brother. You look alike. Those phrases to me just mean, wow, your brother is also extremely handsome. And if we don't look alike now, imagine growing up. I couldn't wait till I got Mike's clothes. I still think my parents have the box in the basement in case Dan ever grows into them.
Zing.
But on a serious note, it was a privilege to have Mike as an older brother. And I truly mean it. No matter what Mike did, I tried to do. Mike had friends over, I tried to hang out with them. Much to the umbrage of Mike. Sometimes. Most of the time. So the day finally came. Made it to high school. I was a sophomore. Mike was a senior. Scout team for me, chubby sophomore. Mike, soon to be named, all Pittsburgh area, to go on to be an all Ivy League football player. I'm on the scout team, and there's Mike for the first team offense, ready to go. And I thought, this is it. This is the first time he's got a clean shot. Mom can't see it, and Mom won't hear about it. Hand digging in the dirt, looking at Mike, and I just know it's about to happen. But he didn't. That's not Mike. He took it easy for one of the few times in his life, and it was acknowledged, but never said. So I think back to those times where we moved 3 different elementary schools, or starting middle school and starting high school, where I never had to worry because I was going in with Mike. He'd be in the hallways. He'd be there looking out for me. No one ever dared pick on me because there was Mike. So those are just the things that I try to use to describe the brotherly bond where it's very difficult. And even though distance takes us apart, I know that he's happy, and I can't be happier for Mike and Michelle.
I'm Dan, if you haven't heard already. The small brother, you might not be able to notice. Quite a size difference. You might call Chris my better half, but he looks more like my double hole.
He told me he had no zingers. I gave him a warning.
So looking out here tonight, it's pretty evident to see a lot of hard work has been put in tonight, and I think hard work is one of the number one things that defines Mike. As long as I can remember, Mike has always worked hard to succeed. Always the one to help around the house or help me out with homework growing up. In football, he fought through an injury in high school to eventually play at Brown, and as Chris said, become an all Ivy League player. He's always been the greatest role model of mine, and I can hope I can become half the man he is. Not long after Mike and Michelle began dating, Mike moved out to Chicago for work. For 2 years, 1,000 miles separated them, but it didn't stop them from making it work. Whether it was Mike flying to Boston or Michelle flying to Chicago, they were still able to see each other every few weeks. I first met Michelle on our family vacation, and she was very excited to meet us and high energy, which I thought was so different from Mike. But I started to see her bring out that energy to him and saw how easily they connected. The next family vacation, however, Michelle was not invited, and she told us this week she's very confused as to why not. She told us, "I was so lost why he didn't invite me. Was something wrong? Did I mess up? Was he mad at me? I didn't understand." But no, he wasn't mad. She didn't mess up. Nothing had gone wrong. Mike was just getting Michelle's engagement ring from the jeweler that made our grandmother's ring. And of course, he didn't want her to find out early. It's interesting to see that sometimes those who are similar seem to always find each other. Hearing the stories as the wedding came together and the amount of planning needed to plan tonight, it is evident to see how hardworking Michelle is as well. Planning hasn't stopped since the engagement, and I know I would have burnt myself out long after starting. Mike has always been a team player and would never leave anyone behind. I think Mike has found the perfect teammate, Michelle, and I'm so happy for them to have found each other.
Sorry, we'll be done in just a second. I have to say a blurb about Michelle. So I remember the first time I met Michelle. I was working in Chicago somewhat during the summer of a law school summer. And Mike got his job at Rydell, and we just finished moving him into the 30th some floor of a downtown apartment. He calls me 2 weeks later. "Hey, Michelle's in town. I want you to meet her." I'm like, "Okay, I'm barbecuing right now. I'll be down in just a little bit." Mike says, "No, we'll come up to you. Be there about a half hour." And I'm thinking, wait, Mike's bringing her here? Here. Now, here was a dilapidated 4-bedroom apartment, and that's giving it some props. My bedroom was the lofted area in the attic, AKA the hallway, with a twin mattress and a curtain for a wall. The people that lived there didn't bring girls there. And so I'm thinking to myself, wow, Mike's got to be serious about this girl. But he does love barbecue. So I'm out there tending the ribs in the smoker, and it's almost as if I can feel them coming. I turn around, and there they are. And I don't remember why or how or what, but I can still see Michelle. She's got her gold aviators on, red Boston College shirt, khaki shorts, and rainbow sandals. I may have been sizing her up. And there was Mike. And I can't remember anything but his smile. A smile that I honestly have not seen on Mike ever before. The same smile you see right now. And it truly is. And I find out this week, probably should have found out earlier, she goes by the nickname Shell, which is ironic because that's exactly what I feel she broke Mike out of. So Mike, the caring older brother, that's hard to describe the feeling that I used to have around you. And I know that Michelle has that feeling now. Because only if you have felt it when he's truly looking out for you, and words can't describe it, it's peace, calmness, knowing that Mike's there, Mike's looking out for you. And I'd be lying up here if I told you I wasn't jealous that that's Michelle's feeling now for the rest of her life. So let's all raise a glass to Mike and Michelle and wish them a lifetime of happiness. Thank you, everyone. Have a great time.